Welcome back, everyone, to Conversations with Marvelous. And before I introduce my guest, just a quick reminder for those that are barely tuning in or who I'm sure all you got just barely tuned in. That was dumb on my part. But anyways, yeah, first and foremost, I want to thank the fans. I want to thank everybody on the live chat, everybody who decided not to be on the live chat, everybody who liked, commented, subscribed, shared, unsubscribed, disliked. I appreciate all of you guys, okay? And I appreciate everybody else who has a fake account who's here to diss me. So, other than that, I just want to give a quick recap. For a couple of weeks ago, we had once again West Coast legend Money B from Digital Underground. If you guys didn't get a chance to tune in for that one, make sure you guys go check that one out. It's a lot of hip hop history. If you guys want to know some history about the Bay, referring to Digital Underground, Shock G, Tupac, he opens up and shares a lot. So I think it'll be very beneficial for those that are students of this culture that we call hip hop. The four elements, whether it's graffiti, breakdancing, MCing, and DJing. Okay. And then after that, we had somebody from Bakersfield. Her name was Honey. She has her own band. She writes her own music. She plays her own instruments. I just had a great time with this young girl. Come to find out, she's only 24. She said it here on the program. And she's very talented, and I wish her the best. Definitely check out her story. Okay. Then we had Cervantes Enterprise. We premiered it, Cervantes Enterprise. We're going to try to keep it going like that, with that, because a lot of people said that they truly enjoyed it and that they liked Alex's answers when it came to the cars, because he likes to talk about cars. So I don't know nothing about cars. I take my cars to him to get fixed. So if you guys need your car to get fixed, contact him on his Instagram, 81. I believe his Instagram is on the description. Follow him, ask him all these questions, and he'll give you a special low price if you give the promo code Rodian Radio. I'm just kidding. Okay, but yeah, definitely hit him up. And tonight, once again, Conversations with Marvelous. A lot of you guys truly enjoy these conversations, so we're going to go ahead and jump right into it with the one and only Marvelous Inc. That's pretty good, huh?
Yo, dang, bro, you're fucking professional, vato, eh?
Well, you know what, Marvelous? I better be good at something because I've been doing this now going on 5 years.
Yeah.
September 11th, it'll be 5 years. So.
Nah, but you've been behind the mic since a long time.
Yeah, for a long time on stage. I never liked the mic, on stage, or when I used to be on stage. I even High C would always tell me, grab a mic, say something. I'm like, I'm good. I do my talk with these, but. Make some motherfucking noise.
Were you a DJ like that, though?
Hell yeah.
Yeah?
Hell yeah.
All right.
You know what? Let's bring DJs back, man. Back then in the 80s and 90s, DJs were very important. You know who who has a dope female DJ is Reverie.
Oh, okay.
I got to see her, I think they call her Lala, if I'm correct. I don't want to butcher your name. But she's a dope female DJ. She be cutting it up. Oh. So yeah, much love and respect to them. But other than that, man, today is Wednesday. How was your weekend, Marvelous? Take us back to Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. What's been going on?
Busy, overtime, working a lot, bro. These tattoos are coming in left and right. A lot of people from out of state, so I'm blessed to have, people acknowledging me from out there and come all the way, bro, for they're not even big tattoos that I'm doing on them. But some of them are, but the majority of them are like smaller pieces that, man, homie, you drove fucking 13 hours to come over here, 15 hours, bro. Like, damn, and it humbles you, Like,
that's what I was about to ask. Is it humbling?
It's fucking humbling, bro. Like, yeah.
Wow. And you know what? Now, let me ask you, what type of conversations do you be having with these people? Because obviously they see you, some type of way,
They want to fucking always watch my interviews. When I'm there, bro. Like,
really?
Yeah, they're like, hey, yeah, I watched this one interview that you said you were talking about this and that, and let me show you, and can we watch? And I'm like, man, bro, I really don't like to hear myself, bro. Sometimes I'll throw something on for them or some that they haven't seen or whatever, but other than that, I feel like I'm repeating the same stuff over and over sometimes, bro,
It gets like that, because a lot of times when we go live, and when we take calls, we get a lot of biblical questions, and then people start asking, is this a Bible study?
Yeah.
We're not the ones asking the questions.
Yeah. The only thing that's really dope, though, when I'm able to talk to a person one-on-one, or they'll come with a group of family members that also watch us on here, I get to explain and show them, directly, like, here, this is where you could look at this, here, look at this part of the Bible right here, or I could show them a map, or stuff like that, oh, yeah, because when you talk about it, you're so quick, to speak on stuff, but you're not actually showing anybody anything on the screen. So I'm able to show them, bro, and break down videos or whatever I got. Whatever.
It's like more of an intimate teaching.
Yeah, bro, it's pretty cool.
Well, then they're getting knowledge and wisdom and a tattoo.
Yeah.
Okay. And usually like what, since I have no tattoos and I've never tattooed anyone. So how long do those tattoos usually last? Like when they drive far, is it usually a big one or is it a small one or is it?
It depends, bro. Like an art piece for me, like maybe like a good palm size or maybe like, I don't know, the size of this bottle right here probably take like 4 hours maybe.
Like atom bomb?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just guessing, depending what it is, Something
Right.
like this big will probably take like 6 hours, or depending on how much details in it. I don't like to throw like a bunch of big ass shading in there, because
Right.
then it's like, man, you're gonna pay me for nothing, homie. I'm just sweeping the ink across your skin, making it look all man, but you really don't got no detail.
Okay. Have you ever done like somebody's all their back?
Oh, I've done it. Like, yeah, bro. Their whole leg pieces, their whole their whole shin, the socks. You call them socks, or your arms, half sleeves, back pieces. I done you call it a scuba mask, like Bodachi.
Okay.
That's called a scuba. Like a.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's a headpiece, the helmet. There's all kinds of names for tattoos, only.
I didn't know that, bro.
Yeah,
See,
yeah.
I'm being schooled.
Yeah.
Okay. It's funny because I think it was 2019 when I had interviewed Mr. Cartoon. He was looking at my arms and he goes, "Man, you got some nice arms. When are you going to let me sleeve them up?" And I was like, "Bro," I said, "Look, let me tell you something, because I've been knowing Cartoons since we've been teenagers. And I wish I could get him here, bro, because he just got so much history. It's just that when I booked him, Marvelous, I booked him 6 months ahead of time. And it was via email, okay? And he told me 6 months prior, be here at my store. It was called Nice Kicks in downtown LA. I think it was 6 o'clock, and I'll be there.
Right.
And I'm thinking, 6 months?
Yeah.
We waited, we went, and there he was.
Damn.
So he's, now I know why he is where he is, because he's punctual,
That's good.
He's about his business. And I remember the whole time he was never on a cell phone. So I asked him, "Do you have a cell phone?" And he turns around and points, like I believe it was his manager, and he goes, "That's my cell phone."
Yeah.
He goes, "He takes care of everything."
Yeah.
And I was like, wow. But he said, "Man," he goes, "I'm excited to do this."
Yeah.
So we had a great time. I actually think, with respect to everyone else in the documentary, I truly believe that Mr. Cartoon, at least in my opinion, maybe I'm biased because he gave the best interview, but he also shared a lot of the Harbor area stories. So I think that's why I kind of related more,
Dope. Yeah.
But as far as him, he told me, he goes, "Man, I would love to sleep you up one day." And I said, "Bro, I can't afford you, bro." And I go, but I did tell him, but if I were to ever to get a tattoo, I said, it will be by you. And he said, "All right." I said, "All right." He said, "But it's going to be about 6 months in advance."
Nah.
And I'm like, "What?"
Yeah.
That's what he does.
Yeah, homie's got a waiting list of 2 years. Some of them, the good artists. He's a good artist, but
Yeah.
he's on demand and has a high profile because of all the other things that he does. But
Right.
just some of the artists that I know, they got a waiting list, bro, for like a year, and their minimum is like $2,000 or like stuff like that.
Okay. You ever hear when I have I ask rappers who are your Mount Rushmore of rappers, and they always name 4 guys.
Yeah.
Is there a Mount Rushmore of tattoo artists?
You know what? There kind of is, but then there kind of isn't, because it depends on what you like. So like in the Chicano, we'll say world,
Right.
there's a dude. I'll just give you a kind of a list for me. First of all, like from Southern Cali, there's gonna be Chente.
Okay.
Chente, yeah, he owns Under the Gun. Great artist, man. He's a true art. He's bad. He's a good artist. All his work is detailed. Who else? Orcs tattooed by Orcs. He's good. His brother Saul's good. Tattoo Louis out of Under the Gun. Or I don't know if he's Under the Gun. My friend Brian.
Okay.
Brian's beautiful at portraits. Man, badass, homie. Who else? Man, there's a lot, bro. But I don't know. I think every artist will probably say other people.
Okay. And do you have your favorite Mount Rushmore? Even if you got to mix them up, even if it's Chicano or...
I don't. I just There's a certain style. Everybody has a certain style, bro.
Okay.
So one guy I'll have for portraits, like my friend Brian.
Okay.
Brian, I always, man, him, you're not gonna go wrong with him. He's an artist. And if he charges you like $2,000 for a portrait, hey, I'd pay it, because you're gonna get. Well, you're gonna get something really beautiful, homie, and that's for life. You know, it's not like like I tell these girls, man, you could go out there and buy a purse for fucking $1,000 or $900, but you can't pay that money for a tattoo. You're complaining and trying to get a discount. Like your purse, you're gonna fucking throw it away. You're gonna use it a couple of times, but the tattoos, that's gonna be on your body forever.
Yeah, yeah. Now let me ask you this: is there such thing as good ink and cheap ink?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
So for color ink, I always tell people, Fusion is one of the best ones. It's called Fusion. The one that I recommend, do not, and this is a lot of beginning artists go buy the whole set, and just because they don't know what they're doing.
Right.
It's called Scream ink. It has a little skeleton. Do not buy that shit. That's garbage. It causes infections. There's a lot of stuff that I've seen, and with that ink, it's real bad. Dynamic Sumi ink is good for black and gray. For watering down your ink. Some people use distilled water. Some people use witch hazel. Witch hazel, or say you have a drop of ink right here, and you put a drop of water on it. It'll break it down maybe like 5 times. It'll make the pigment like 5 different dots of shade. But if you put a dot of witch hazel on there, it'll break it 20 times, which means you'll have a better shade.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so there's a lot, you know.
That's crazy, bro.
And also with people's skin, homie, like how you take care of your skin. Some people have a thing called alligator skin, and that they have real rough skin. People don't take care of their bodies. Some people, throughout the years, I could tell when somebody's on dope.
Really?
Yeah, their skin's real oily. You can actually see, like, you know, I mean, not only that you could tell because the person can't shut the hell up, but they're on dope, you know. Or what else? A lot of people, because I study biology and health and stuff like that, like when I do a tattoo on their back, I could see their beginning stages of diabetes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so you could see the darkness and the creases in their neck. There's a lot of stuff, bro, like, you know.
You know, let me ask you an interesting question, because I see people my age now who back in the day might have only had the spider web, might have had their last name in cursive, you know, back here.
Yeah.
Might have had the lips, you know, right here.
Right.
Never really any tattoos unless you had the teardrop.
Right.
Okay. But a lot of them now are getting their face tattooed.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there ever a time where, like, you're too old to get a tattoo, especially in your face, especially if that wasn't in your era? I don't know if you kind of under.
You know what? To each his own, bro. It's just I always tell people, make sure your tattoos mean something, you know? Like, people are doing it for a fad. It's a phase right now.
That's where I think I was going with that.
Before, remember, like in the 90s, early 90s or whatever, it was rare to see a girl with that sleeve, you know? Like, damn, if she had a sleeve, she must have been a gangster-ass hyena.
Yeah.
And now, like, all these girls are sleeved up. And they all got the same tattoos. They got flowers, butterflies, fucking infinity sign. All the generic tattoos you pick off the wall. But nothing means anything anymore.
It's true that you say it becomes a fad, because today in the NBA, pretty much everybody's tatted up.
Yeah.
Every basketball player. Yeah. If you go back to the 80s and 90s, you didn't see none of that.
It's like rappers back in the day, homie. They had a hardship, a hard life. They went and wrote like little poetry down, and they went and rapped about it, about their life. Now they get into the rap game, and they're rapping about all this shit they don't do. So now they're trying to get involved in gangs while they're rapping and making all this money, or pretending to have lived that lifestyle when they really haven't.
Yeah, I mean, like, but you said to each their own. Some people may just. Well, I mean, I knew a buddy of mine that he had promised his mother that he would never get any tattoos, and when she passed away, he went all wild.
Yeah.
But he was like well in his 40s already.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe that's just something he wanted to do, and, you know, to each their own. Mm-hmm. But he's happy with himself, so you know what? Much love to him. He's still the homie. But now let me ask you this: as far as tattoos for you, if you have, I've never seen your chest, I've never seen your back, so are you covered?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's just say hypothetically that you had an empty spot on your back, maybe the size like this, guys. Okay. And you could choose one person to tattoo you. Who would it be? Who would be that one? You know, it would be like me asking a rapper, if you can get one producer to produce one beat for you, who would it be? Most guys will probably say Dr. Dre, you know, some people will probably say Kanye or whatever. Who would be your guy?
Dang, man. I don't know. I have a lot of tattoo artists that I like. I don't want to say no names, bro, because then they're gonna be like, "Damn, fool, how come you say my name, homie?"
Well, and again, I said Mr. Cartoons, but I don't know no other tattoo artists other than yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, I interviewed Lux Tattoos here.
Oh yeah, I've had him too.
Yeah, I believe cool. We follow each other. I see his work.
He's been getting down on his portrait. Shout out to Lux Tattoos. He's a good homie, right?
Yeah, he does great work, bro. I mean, like I said, I don't know all what goes into tattooing.
Yeah.
But when I see it, a lot of stuff looks nice, bro.
Yeah.
Looks dope. But you know what? Today I wanted to bring something up, really quick on something that I saw in 1981 when it came out, and I was 13 years old. Okay, I was 13 years old, and I got to say that my brother-in-law, Chewy, took me. Okay, it's funny. I always say that if you're Mexican, every Mexican has a Chewy in the family. Okay, and actually his name is Jesus. Mm-hmm. So I don't know where they get Chewy from Jesus, but yeah. So I remember he took me and my sister. He was dating my sister it was the Vermont Swamp Meet in 1981 in the city of Gardena, where and most of you guys that are from the harbor area know that there used to be an Ascot where they used to race cars, and right across the street was the Swamp Meet. It's not there no more. They have condos there now. And that's where I got my first job with Steve Yano. And he took me to go see it. And he said, "What is it about?" I asked him that, "What is it about?" And he said, "Oh, se llama Indiana Jones and Raiders of the Lost Ark." Let's bring up picture number 1, Alex. And so he said, it's called Raiders of the Lost Ark. And I said, "What is it?" And he said, "It's about a box that has to do with God." That's what he said.
Yeah.
Es una caja. Tiene que ver algo con Dios. That's what he told me. And I was like, all right. So I went, and I'm not going to lie to you. Leading up to the revealing of the ark, I was falling asleep. I think the only thing that kept me up was dun 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 dun. And I'm watching it. So there's a scene in the movie where they actually find the ark. Now, keep in mind, I didn't know that this was something biblical. And if we could bring up picture number 2, where they reveal the ark, and this is Indiana Jones. You could take down the other one, please. Yeah, so right here, he's taking down the ark, actually bringing it up. And I thought like, wow. I thought that was awesome. So there was a guy named Belloc in the movie that steals the ark from Indiana Jones. And he tells Indiana Jones, this is a radar or transmitter to talk to God. And I never forgot that. And I said to myself, wow, with that box, you can talk to God. And I remember my brother-in-law, Chewy, said, see, it's como un radio. It's like a radio to talk to God. And I was like, so ever since then, Marvelous, I've been intrigued, but I didn't start looking into the Ark of the Covenant or the Tabernacle of Moses until I was in my 20s. And that's when it intrigued me when I heard a lecture by a guy named Randall Price. You guys can look him up. He's a Christian archaeologist. And he has done excavations looking for the Ark. He also had excavations looking for Noah's Ark on the mountains of Ararat in Turkey. And so I bought a couple of his videos and a couple of his books reading up on the Ark. So I started looking in the book of Exodus, where now I'm finding out that, wait a minute. So Steven Spielberg made a movie about an object that's found in the Bible that God had told Moses to build. Okay. And if we can go ahead and put up picture number 3. I thought this was interesting. You could take the other one out. Okay, now these right here, picture number 3, this is found in the book of Exodus. And what intrigued me about this is that Steven Spielberg went to the Bible to find the measurements because God gave Moses the exact measurements on how to build it. Mm-hmm. So now I'm like, wow, this thing's coming to life now. So when I was 13 years old, but this was actually a real thing. Mm-hmm. So now my next question was like, what was it for? Mm-hmm. What about it? Okay. Now, if you guys can look on the top of the box, there's 2 angels, 2 cherubims. Okay. And those are some of the highest angels. As a matter of fact, Satan in the Bible is the only one referred to as the anointed cherub. Okay. So here, Steven Spielberg got all the exact measurements and made a replica and threw it in the movie. So now I'm wondering, okay, what's inside? Okay. We can go to our next one, our next picture. And the Bible tells us what's inside. Okay. The 10 Commandments, these were the first ones that Moses came down from Mount Sinai, which is in Saudi Arabia. Came down, he saw that the children of Israel had fallen into idolatry. They had built a golden calf, according to what the scriptures have said. And he threw them down, and they broke. Okay. He went back up. God gave him another pair. Okay. But now the ones that broke were put into the ark of the covenant. And then Aaron's rod was thrown in there as well, which is his staff or his rod was thrown in there as well. And then we see something interesting here. We see a bowl of manna. A bowl of manna. For 40 years, it says that the children of Israel ate manna in the wilderness. So now, I always wondered, now, what does manna look like? Because it said that it fell from heaven. And that the Israelites would grind it, turn it into a powder, and when they would make cakes with it or bread with it, that it tasted like honey wafers. Okay? So I always wanted to know, wow, I wonder what that manna looked like, and the Bible tells us exactly what it looked like. So let's go to the next picture. And you'll trip out on what they said it looked like. Coriander seed. Coriander seed. Now, somebody may say, what is that? That's the cilantro seed. Okay, that's cilantro seed. So it said that that's what it looked like. So they would grab it, and then they would mash it up, grind it, make a cake, probably tortillas, I don't know, bread, and that's what they ate in the wilderness. So if this ark is ever found, you know what intrigues me, man? It fascinates me that we will get to see the bowl of manna that's still in there, Aaron's rod that bloomed, whom God chose to be a Levite, because he had a rod, and they took 12 rods, and each tribe wrote their name on the rod. They took it into the tabernacle, and then one of them bloomed an almond leaf. So it bore fruit. And God said, that's my guy right there. The tribe of Levite, only they can be priests. Okay?
Yeah. And they were the only ones that were allowed to touch it.
Right. Yes. So to me, I'm like, okay, then you're going to see the rod that fell on the ground, that turned into a snake and ate Pharaoh's snakes. Okay. Then we have the broken tablets. And the reason why this intrigues me is because in the book of Exodus, it says that God wrote these with his finger. Okay. Now I'm going to say one thing. Now, whether people believe his name is Jesus, Yeshua, let's put that aside for a second. In the scriptures, you know that we only have Jesus writing one time. He only wrote one time. And nobody knows what he wrote down. Do you remember when they brought the woman, they caught her in adultery, and they threw her at his feet? It said, Moses said that if you get caught in the act of adultery, we should stone her. And he says he knelt down and started to write on the ground. And we don't know what he wrote. Don't things like that intrigue you? Like, what did he write?
Yeah, a lot of the history, bro. Okay. I just feel that we've been lied to about it.
Yes. So those tablets, if they're ever found, if the ark is ever found, we get to see God's, if you will, imprint on that stone, the bowl of manna, and then we have Aaron's rod. So let's give the audience a look of the next picture of what the tabernacle looked like. So there it is there. You guys can Google that, the tabernacle of Moses. And there's the outer court, the inner court, and the Holy of Holies. Behind the veil is the Holy of Holies. Anything you care to elaborate on this before I ask you my question?
So yeah, the Ark of the Covenant is actually the Ark of Meshi. Or the Ark of the other name would be the Oisli Pochli, our God that we carried. Okay. And they would be considered Levites for high priests. And we built a tabernacle. That ark was placed in the middle, and only the high priest would say their prayer in there, and we would be on the outskirts of the tabernacle, doing whatever we were supposed to do. And we carried that, the Mexica, or our people, the indigenous people. Okay.
You know what, man? It's just very, very interesting. It's very intriguing that even at my age right now, I'm still fascinated by these things that I saw when I was 13 years old. So Chewy, if you're watching, Muchas gracias. Thank you for taking me to the Vermont Swami to watch Indiana Jones, The Raiders of the Lost Ark. Because of that, it's what made me become a student of the scriptures, because of that movie. Now, let me ask you this, Marvelous. From whatever you may know, maybe you don't, maybe you could just take a, do you think the Ark will ever be found?
It says that it will be found in the last days. But
Okay.
as far as somebody saying that they have it already, like I think, who says that they had it? I think the Vatican said that they had it. And then somebody else said that they had it in
Ethiopia?
Ethiopia. There you go. They say that they have it.
Yeah.
But I don't believe that's true, bro, because we're living in the old world right now. Like, that's not the old world over there. So that has to be a lie. It's over here.
Yeah, because I've heard the Ethiopian story. I saw a documentary on that. They say they have it, but nobody can see it. Only they can see it. Okay.
If anybody wants to look up a book, it's actually his writings by Jose de Acosta. He was a Jesuit priest, bro.
Okay.
Born in 1539, and his book was written in 1604, and he writes about coming across the Meshi. But he twisted everything. He said when he wrote back to the priest or the priests over there in the Vatican and stuff like that, he said that our God spoke to us, so we shli pochli in the Ark of the in the Ark of the Covenant. But he said that it was the devil, that our God was the devil, because he answered everything we were told to do. If we obeyed him, we were given like everything that we asked for or needed.
Right.
But he considered our most, I don't consider it a God, because a God is a deity. It's not like God was added to the Bible. It's not, it has nothing to do with Torah. Like that's a man-made word. That's a deity. So anything could be a God. On your birthday, when you worship your birthday, you're considered a God. You're worshiping yourself, self-worship. That's why we're not supposed to do that. But yeah, if anybody wants to look up, it's by Jose de Acosta. He was a Jesuit priest, bro.
I'm going to check that
out. And they're in his writings, He talks about Laguna de Teguyo, the lakes over there, and how we came out of the 7 cave system in Utah, which is Aslan, or we came out of Aslan. But we were promised, if we kept our commandments that we were supposed to do, we were promised, everything, like everything.
Yeah.
Minerals, seed, cattle, grain, everything, bro.
Yeah. Everything that was put here for us to be blessed, to eat, and to prosper.
Yeah.
And then today we have companies that are selling seeds.
Hybrid.
Yes. That are selling seeds that produce fruit that have no seed.
Oh, yeah.
Again, from the very beginning, seed has been put in fruit, seed has been put in animals, seed has been put in man to reproduce ourselves. But when you start taking seed out, now you're playing with God, or now you're trying to be God, or now you know what I'm saying?
Any manipulation is considered an abomination.
Yes. And I think that's what's happening with a lot of people, because they want to make money. And let's be honest, today, Marvelous, if you were to go to a vending machine, okay, and I say this because this is what, and I say I say in general. That's what I mean. So what our kids are eating, they may get some hot Cheetos or Takis, okay? They may get a Monster, some Oreos. Let me see, what else is in there? Or maybe even a cup of noodles, Pop-Tarts.
All that's hybrid, bro.
All of that.
Cancer causing.
All of that. And then we pick them up from school, and then we take them to McDonald's. Then they get a Happy Meal and eat their chicken nuggets, their nasty fries, and then maybe for dinner, if the mom or the dad doesn't cook, we open up a can of Chef Boyardee and we feed it to them.
Yeah.
And then we wonder why we are probably the most obese, nation in the world.
Yeah.
Why we are the fattest, the laziest, why we're unhealthy. I take care of myself because let me tell you something. Not only and I said this with Alex, not only do I want I take care of myself to look good as well. I want to grow old and feel good. I see guys my age. It's sad to say, no disrespect. Some of the guys are in walkers because they didn't take care of themselves.
Yeah.
Or they're big and fat, and I'm not making fun of them by any shape or form, but they're in pain when they walk. They're like, and I'm like, you only get one body, bro.
Yeah.
So I just think we need to take better care of ourselves. And if you've talked about the dietary laws, that if they would have just stuck with them and ate what was good for them, we wouldn't be having these issues.
Yeah, we wouldn't.
And then we wonder a lot of times, Marvelous, why did they live so long back then?
Exactly.
Hey, you are what you eat.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I really enjoyed that. But anything else you care to add to that? Because, and again, you said you believe that the Ark of the Covenant will be found one day. I believe.
Yeah. They said that they found the Ark of Gabriel. There was an Ark of Gabriel. I believe it was Russia. And I guess they were excavating something, I don't know, to build a building or something like that, and they came across this ark. It was considered the Ark of Gabriel, and when they opened it, there was a big flash, and I guess over 2,000 workers died within the blink of an eye right there.
Really?
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know if that's true, and I don't believe that it was over there, that happened over there anyways, that could be all propaganda. Look how many times they say that they found Noah's Ark. I mean,
Noah's Ark.
Noah's Ark.
I know, bro. I saw a movie. For those of you guys that live in the Harbor area, there was a movie theater across the street from Scottsdale. We call it a Dale out here, but it's in the city of Carson. And there used to be a movie theater called Carson Twin Cinema. And I think you paid $1 and you go into either side and you watch 2 movies. Those are the kind of movies that you sneak out and you go to watch the other ones.
Right.
And back then there was a movie called In Search for Noah's Ark. And I saw it back then still.
Yeah.
And the same old pictures that they showed in that movie are the same ones that people are sending me today. Hey, they just found Noah's Ark. And I'm like, I saw In Search for Noah's Ark, bro, in the 70s.
Yeah.
It's the same stuff.
And then you got to take into consideration anything that the government is telling you, most likely a lie. Because anything that's a real truth and value, they're going to hide from you. They don't want you to know that shit.
Yeah.
It's going to be taken away, hidden, and never happen. You sign a contract to shut the hell up.
Yeah. I would like for them to find Noah's Ark in its entirety, even though some people have said, some scholars said that it's been broken in half. Okay, because that dates back to Genesis, to the very beginning. But I would like to see, the tabernacle. I would pay whatever I could just to go see the broken tablets, Aaron's rod with that bloomed the almond, and then the bowl of manna. Those 3 things are in there. So maybe one day they'll find it. There was a priest that said, this is what he said, that under the Temple Mount in Israel, in Jerusalem, that he saw the Ark of the Covenant. So I'm thinking to myself, why didn't you get it?
That's not Jerusalem. That's Palestine.
I understand that. I'm just telling you what he said.
Yeah.
So,
well, you tell him.
Right. I think he died already.
Oh, shit.
But what happened was that, okay, look at, in the movie Raiders of the Lost Ark, that if anybody saw it other than the high priest, you died.
Yeah.
So sometimes I kind of wonder, like, okay, if you claim you saw it, why didn't you die? Because the Bible does say that when on the Day of Atonement, and you poured the blood of the Lamb over the mercy seat, if you were not pure, when God came down, you would be struck dead. So, you know how they would know, according to Scripture and according to, people say, oral tradition? Again, I don't have a book to refer you to this, other than when they wore, I'll just call it a cape, the high priest. I'll just call it that. They put pomegranates at the bottom, dried up pomegranates, so when they shake, they rattle. Okay. The reason why they did that, and again, this is according to somebody that told me, correct me if I'm wrong, anybody that knows anything about the Talmud is the Jerusalem Talmud and there's the Babylonian Talmud. I'm not sure which one it is, but they say that they would actually tie a rope around the high priest's ankle. So when he would walk in, you would hear the chick, 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 chick. When that thing stopped, chick, chick, he died. He wasn't pure to stand before God. And then they would just grab him out because no other high priest can go in there. I thought that was pretty interesting. So you guys call me on that one and look that up. Okay, give you guys some homework. But anyways, Marvelous. Anything else you care to add to that?
No, that's about it, brother.
Okay. I know we usually go on live on Wednesdays and Sundays, but we went live today simply because you couldn't make it yesterday.
Right.
So we just pretty much fixed it up. We usually don't really go live Thursdays. But last night I did Freaky Tales and we talked about shadow people. So if anybody didn't get a chance to check out Freaky Tales, definitely go to the channel, tap in over there. We had a great episode on shadow people. But now, one thing that somebody shot me today, and I'm going to read it to you. All right. Here it is right here. Today, supposedly, well, not a supposedly, Trump is officially a convicted felon after being found guilty on all 34 counts of hush money trial. Let's put up his mugshot, bro. Alex? And it's stuck. All right. Any thoughts?
It's all an act. I believe it's all an act, bro. All that shit, none of that shit's real. That's all staged. Just like what's his name? That actor Robert De Niro speaking up. That's,
he showed up over there.
That's fake as shit.
You know what's funny? When I heard him talk to the crowd that was saying "fuck you,"
Yeah.
Bro, I swear to God, he was saying some lines from a movie. You guys are gangsters.
Yeah.
You guys are gangsters.
Yeah. That dude that was confronting him, talking shit to him, that's a fucking actor right there.
Wow.
That's just staged like that. All these fucking court proceedings, homie, that they throw in front of us, that shit's frivolous, dog. That shit's fake as shit. Like the Johnny Depp proceedings. That shit's fake. Homie, homegirl's up there doing a line of coke in front of the judge. Like, they have her on camera. Like, that shit, they're all laughing, making fun of, like, in the courtroom. Like, who does that shit?
Wow.
That's all like a distraction, homie, from other shit. And when you look at all these events that are happening right now, there's really a major event happening that are in the shadows, bro. Talking about shadow. Like, there's really events happening right now.
Okay. I'm gonna ask. Let's ask the crowd a question. Okay. Trump was found guilty. Are you still voting for him in November? Okay. And so I'm going to repeat that to all you guys. So we're going to put that on the poll. I want everybody to vote. We'll come back in about 15 minutes and we'll read it. That it says, Trump was found guilty. Are you still voting for him? Because a lot of raza, and according to social media, that's things that are trending, even he's got a big black supporting him now. You know, and there's a lot of raza out there that are saying, and again, I'm just going off of what I see on social media. They're saying, we're going to vote for Trump, you know. So I'm wondering if, you know, if you guys, after today, are you guys going to stick to your gun and say, oh, that shit was fake, we're still going to vote for that fool?
Yeah.
Okay, now, hypothetically, for you, Marvelous, say that it wasn't fake. Let's just say that for right now, it was real.
Okay.
Do you think this was done possibly by the Biden administration?
Not by the Biden. No president has any authority or ruling over the country. None of them. Congress makes the decisions, bro. And the elite that are behind them, that are backing all these senators and all that shit, they're the ones that pull the strings, nowhere near the president. The president is only a spokesperson, homie. Like, take El Chapo, you know, all that shit. They went and incarcerated old boy for life. He's not even the main vato. Like, that's not even, he's just a fucking front man. You know what I mean? That's not the dude fucking holding weight. You know, he has a lot of feria, doing whatever, but that's not the dude that's fucking doing everything. The same thing in the country, homie. The president doesn't run shit. Washington, D.C. is owned by the Vatican. They're not a part of the United States. So why, you know, a president runs a corporation. The sooner the people figure out that this country, so-called country, is a corporation, the sooner people start to wake up and realize. The sooner people go study on what the birth certificate stands for, the sooner they'll wake up and find out that you're a stock, he's a stock, I'm a stock, and we're all being traded on Wall Street. We're just a number, bro. We're slavery. You guys are bickering and fighting over job positions, homie. Job literally means to be persecuted. He who is persecuted. Job. That's what it means, bro. It's not a job. People look at his job like, oh, I need to get a job. What you're saying is, I need to be a slave. I need to be a slave. I want that slave position. I want that slave position. It's retarded. I want to rent that house, or I want to buy that house. Nobody's saying I want to buy that land. Nobody's saying that, homie. We don't got nothing. You're not going to have a Lamborghini. You're not going to have a yacht. You're not going to be able to travel the world like all the elites do. Why are they getting to do everything, homie, and be the owners of everything and make all the laws that pertain to us? Who gave them that right? They go into every country, manipulate every state, senators, governors. They manipulate all that shit. Money will give you this. Go in front of the camera and say this for me. Go push this agenda. Go do that.
Yeah. You know, it's funny that you say that when it pertains to money, because they're trying to pass a law that every artist will get 1 penny per stream. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I already knew this, but if I didn't know it, I would have thought to myself, wait a minute. So what are they getting per stream? Mm. Not even a penny per stream. But they're trying to pass a law where you can get a penny now, Marvelous, per stream. So if they play your song 100 times, you get $1. And like you said, who made them? Who made the Spotify and these? Yeah, you know,
they're all owned by one major entity. Homie, like it's crazy, bro.
Well, you talked a little bit about the birth certificate. Can you elaborate a little bit? You said as soon as you find out or know about your birth certificate.
Yeah, it's a contract, homie. It's a contract you literally sign over your flesh, your body over to the federal government that succeeds or overpowers the country, like the what do you call it? Like I have a fucking brain fart right now. The Constitution, okay, you know, of a citizen. Bro, that overpowers that, homie. Like the federal government runs the shit. The one main army is the United Nations. You know, they rule everything, bro. We're not a free country, homie. No matter how much you want to fight for this, say you're fighting for a fucking flag, you're not fighting for the shit. You're fighting for a fucking banker. Like, cause these people are literally bankers, bro. They created this dollar-based system that we put the value in it. You believe that that's $20. Before, we just used to deal in trade. You give me this, I'll give you this. I have fish for you. You have meat for me. Or whatever, linen, seed. That was value. That's real money. Farmers are real money.
Yeah.
They have real money. They have cattle. They have seed. They're able to sustain their bloodline. We don't, homie. We depend on them to open up that market every morning and give us all that genetically modified organisms that we're consuming that is killing us, bro.
Would you say that the medical field is in business to keep us sick?
Oh, definitely. Definitely. They create dis-ease, not a disease, dis-ease within your body. You're issued a prescription that has side effects because it's not organic.
Yeah.
It's all chemicals you're putting in your body. Chemicals don't have anything, bro. They don't. Your body can't break down chemicals as well as an organic organism.
Yeah.
We're organic, bro. We're of the earth. We have to sustain ourselves with organic seed.
You know what always tripped me out when I would look at like whether it was Tylenol or whatever, and it would say temporary relief. Mm-hmm. Why not permanent?
Exactly.
You know, I thought about that. I was like, wow. Okay. Yes, go ahead. I know you had something you wanted to touch on Trump.
Yeah, about the Trump thing.
Yeah, go for it.
I wanted to just mention that even though he's been convicted or guilty of whatever, that still doesn't exclude him from becoming a president.
So it doesn't.
So there's only 3 things that can exclude you, and I mean there's only 3 qualifications, which is you have to be a natural born citizen, you have to be over at least 35 years old, and the person must have been a resident of the United States for at least 14 years, which means that you could have been here. You got to be from here. You could have left, but you have to have came back and been here for 14 years.
Oh, okay. Now, let me ask you this. He was found guilty. How come there's no jail time? I know it's civil. I mean, how come there's no jail time in his if he's found guilty?
Because they just want money. So and all he's gonna do probably is just go bankrupt and
Okay. All right.
That's all they do.
Yeah,
like
it's just
when,
ridiculous,
when
huh?
you're rich, like really, you just put your money somewhere else, and then or
Yeah.
into investments, and you can't get it out.
All right. All right. I have something I'm going to read. And we all remember this in school when we used to stand and put our hand over our heart and then say, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So my question, Marvelous, is one nation under God. Are we still a nation under God?
Under a God that you a deity. God is a deity. Why would they reference that word God? They know it doesn't mean the most almighty. That's not what it means.
Okay.
It's a deity, bro. What God are they worshiping?
Yeah. You know, I remember I saw it was two women and they were arguing with each other, and this was when they were having these school shootings. Okay. And I always tripped out, Marvelous, because I know there's just been drive-bys in the hood around schools, you know. Dudes will carry guns to schools, but usually in our neighborhoods, we, as Raza, we didn't shoot up our schools.
Hell nah.
Okay, we didn't do that.
Right.
This usually happens in like white areas, suburb areas, okay? At least from what I've seen on the news. And there was this one white woman that she said, you know what? I go to church, and I pray. Where was God? That's what she was saying. Where was God?
Yeah.
Where was God? My son is dead. And believe me, I understand. She's grieving, okay? But this black woman said, we kicked God out of school.
Yeah. The real one.
And then someone sent me a video about a month ago that said this. He said, okay, so we take prayer out of school, but we allow trans to go in there and teach our kids about trans. Does that make sense to you, Marvelous? It does?
That what? I'm sorry, bro. They're fucking asking me questions right here.
Okay, well, tell them people, hey, stop.
My bad, bro.
Okay. So my thing is this. Somebody sent me this, and this one guy pretty much said it like this. He said, we take prayer out of school, but we allow trans to go into our schools to teach kids about trans.
Yeah. And Lucifer. They're having that.
Lucifer.
Yeah.
You're right. What is it about God, or should I say prayer, that scares people?
It works.
Wow.
It's a pure form of manifestation.
It works. Wow. Okay. So we are no longer a nation under God, is pretty much what you're saying. Have we ever been at one point?
Well, they are a nation under God.
Okay.
But you just don't know the God. We're ignorantly acknowledging that God is the creator, bro. And it's not. God is a deity. It is not the creator.
Right. This female told me this, and she said that she was asked, why didn't she stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? And she said, I'm not. And she said, because we are no longer a nation under God. Now, she's a Christian woman. So I understood where her answer came from.
Yeah.
But I thought that was a pretty good answer. You know, she just said, I don't believe we're a nation under God anymore. You know, she believed that morally that we've just gone so far away. And I have to agree with her. It just made me see things a little bit different. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to bring this up. But I wanted to ask you something. Are you familiar with Andrew Tate?
Yeah.
Do you like Andrew Tate?
I don't believe in shit that they talk about, bro.
Okay.
Like, I think that they're paid for. They're bought.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Look, I can't say I like Andrew Tate, but the little clips, like the shorts that I see, I think unless I'm missing the whole speech, but some of those damn little clips are pretty damn good.
Yeah.
You know? But then again, I need to see it all within context because they could just be editing them to make them sound good or whatnot, you know? But, all right. And this is indivisible with liberty and justice for all.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. You're guilty, homie, till fucking proven innocent, and you have to prove it.
In this generation, in the court of public opinion, everybody's guilty until proven innocent, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody is.
They tell you that you're innocent.
You know how you know how we make people guilty in today's day and age with this generation? You make a post or you make a YouTube video.
Yeah. You run on the internet and lie about some shit.
You go to the internet and lie about some shit. And then you know what happens, Marvelous?
All the little followers, yeah, that's right. Like, man,
he's guilty.
Yep.
He did it.
Yep.
He's a chomo. You know, he's a thief.
Yep.
And nobody has any kind of like facts, okay?
Yeah.
I was sharing this with Alex when we went live, and I want to share it with you. That it's sad that we live amongst a generation that asks us for paperwork.
Yeah.
Okay, show me the paperwork. Show me the paperwork. You can show somebody the paperwork. You can show them the case number, the judge, the court, the date of it, and the verdict. Okay? And you could show it to the guy who's saying, show me the paperwork, homie. Here you go. Nah, that's not what I heard. That's not what I heard. You know what he's referring to? The YouTube and the Instagram post. That's not what I heard. Really what they're saying, Marvelous, don't confuse me with the facts. My mind is made up.
Yeah.
Don't confuse me with the facts. My mind is made up.
You know what? When this fat pendejo, right, went to the internet and ran with some story, some made up ass fucking story, about that the car show shit, right?
Okay.
I had a lot of homies hit me up, bro, and they sincerely apologized to me, and they're like, "Hey, you know what, Marvelous? I'm coming at you." One of them, I'm coming at you, you know, in a respectful way, dog. You know, I gotta be honest with you. I never liked you because I don't know you, but I didn't like you because of what you talk about, homie. You talk about the flat earth and you talk about stuff and shit like that, and everybody has their own opinion or whatever. But I didn't like you because of that. But when I heard this dude tell that story, and he really got a chance to listen to it, the dude fucking actually says what the fuck happened. Like, you know, I'm not going to state what happened, but, you know, he says the truth. And then after he comes out and says that he did something, or he calls somebody out, like, the fuck? That shit didn't happen, homie. Go listen to him say, you know, who went up to who or what happened, you know? And they apologized, homie. And it was like, man, you know what? Hey, don't trip, homie. You know, we do that sometimes. We go, and just because we don't like the person, or maybe the area that they're from, the barrio that they're from, or how they look, or whatever, homie, or what they're talking about, we already have our mind made up on the person we think they are.
Yeah.
Or we hear a rumor about them, like, hey, don't fuck with Marvelous, whoop-de-whoop, this and that. So that rumor, homie, you're only hearing 5% of who that person really is. They don't know you. Yeah. They're like, yeah, you know, I actually, you know, you're really spitting some knowledge, or you're this and that, and I judged you because other people were in my ear. I know, homie. It's crazy to me, bro.
It's so true. You know, when people come up to me, hey man, the people are saying stuff about you. They don't know me. They don't know me.
Yeah.
They don't know me. Like, so I've met people that have came up to me countless of times and apologized because they thought of me a certain type of way because of what they saw on social media and on YouTube. And it never clicked on them. Like, I never even met this guy.
Yeah.
I never even talked to this guy. And they've come up to me, and I didn't know that they had feelings like that towards me.
Yeah.
But I treated them with love, kindness, and respect. And then they'd come back, hey man, I want to apologize.
Yeah.
I want to apologize to you.
Or like when confronted, bro, like take Blue Nut, for instance, right? Little Blue Nut. He fucking I have a big old conversation with him, right? And I'm telling him.
So you actually talked to him?
Yeah. And
how did you talk to him, if you don't mind me asking?
Respectfully, homie. I got it respectfully.
Okay.
And I told him, you know what, dog? I don't know you, homie. I don't know you, and you don't know me, right? But I don't want, this has gone so far that I don't want something to happen, bro. If you were to come to my city, or you were to go somewhere, and just because I got a following or whatever, some of people that respect me do something to you and hurt you, dog. And vice versa, you know, people that whatever like you and they try to move on me or whatever. We don't need to go that far. You know what I mean? Like, all you need to do is just mind your own business, homie. Do your thing or whatever, and not get involved in anything, dog. I'm like, you don't see me running to all these podcasters and, hey, dog, you do this, or you're my friend, or you're not my friend, or if you talk to that fool, I don't get people involved in my shit, homie. It's my personal shit. Like, why am I gonna go cry to everybody?
Right.
I'd be less of a man. Oh wow. And then he says, oh wow, he's involving me. He sent me that picture and told me to interview him. Like, damn, homie. Like, for white, you don't have to do that though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you're involving yourself. I'm just a journalist, Marvelous. I'm just a journalist. Like, I'm doing my job. It's content. Like, it's dumb. So everybody's killing themselves for content, bro. Like, it's stupid.
It's just very, very sad. And this was a phone conversation, if I'm correct?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
But the story is like, the moral of the story is like, don't kill yourself just to put a fucking story, no matter what it is, homie. Like, if you're a journalist, okay, a journalist, think of what a journalist is. Not a person that's just going to get the side of what Tony's saying. I got to go to you. I got to get the story from your op or whatever, and then come to my own conclusion and do my due diligence, right?
Right.
Not just one-sided thing, and that's what people are doing out here.
That's exactly what they're doing.
They're taking sides, homie.
Yeah, it's just a one-sided thing, and they're smutting somebody's name, believe it or not, taking away their peace, and you don't even know the full story. And now they learn one stupid word, and they say, well, allegedly. Allegedly.
Yeah.
Just so you can have content. I can go live and just talk about anybody. Raul, I don't know who Raul is, but allegedly, Marvelous, Raul is being accused of this. I don't know if it's true.
Yeah.
Now, but we already threw that out there now.
Look at Norbs. Fucking gets accused of all this shit, this racism shit.
Yeah.
We know it's not real. The world doesn't know it's not real. And look at what happens. The fucking blue nut rats himself out. And I edited it, and I chopped it up.
Yeah.
Where's your brain cells at?
Yeah.
But I mean, good thing that it happened. You know what I mean? Vindicated, oh boy.
Yeah.
Like, but it just shows you the fucking ignorance in people, like.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. This internet shit, I'm tired of it.
Yeah, same here, bro. We're going to get to some of these questions now, and then we'll take some calls, okay?
Simon.
Okay. Let me see. All right. This was a pretty lengthy one. I thought it was pretty interesting. One night, me and my dad were driving when a cat crossed the street and stopped in the middle of the street. My dad had to stop. As soon as we stopped, a Camaro ran the red light in front of us and crashed into a wall. If that cat don't stop in front of our car, we would have kept driving and that car would have hit me and my dad. I always think about that night. Marvelous, do you think that was luck, or do you think there's something spiritual to that happening?
I think spiritual. I don't believe in luck.
Yeah, I don't believe in luck. Yeah. I'm going to say something, Marvelous, to the audience. I believe in prayer, guys. Okay, I truly do believe in prayer. And I had a friend that came over one day, and this was many years ago, Marvelous, and he was teaching me about prayer. And I invited one of my buddies. Now, I knew one of my buddies was a real active guy. Back then, we didn't use the word active because it was just like, this guy's still out there in the streets, And he came through and he just said, and he was listening the whole time. I don't know if my friend had discernment or not, because he had never met my friend. And it wasn't like he was covered in tattoos where you would think automatically gang member, And after we finished talking about prayer, he said, do you mind if I pray for you guys? So we all held hands and he prayed. And before he could say amen, he stopped. And he looked at my friend and he said this: I don't know you. I hope this doesn't come off wrong, but the only reason why you're alive is because somebody's praying for you. And told him just like that. And the guy started to weep and he said, it's my mother. It's my mother. So I don't believe in luck. If this story is true, what he's saying, somebody's looking out for you, man. Somebody's looking out for you. So whether you have a praying grandmother, whether you have a praying sister or brother or a mother, or maybe you guys are in prayer, you were just being covered and taken care of, so yeah. Okay. Okay, let me read this one. Okay. All right. Question from Marvelous. Why do gang members fight against each other instead of fighting the corrupt leaders destroying our communities?
Because we don't know any better. Because we're too busy trying to impress other men. If you didn't have other men around you, other so-called alpha males, you wouldn't have to impress anybody. or you wouldn't have to make a name for yourself, because you don't. We want somebody to believe in us that we're that guy.
Yeah.
You know, so the way people do it now is the internet. They tell a fake ass story and they want people to believe, or take pictures with gang members to make them believe that they're involved in that lifestyle. And
They take pictures with gang members. Wow.
Yeah, they're the biggest teddy bear, you know?
Yeah.
But for the real homies that have put in work, have done time, have seen bodies fall, and been active out here, it's nothing to talk about. They don't brag about it. It's sad, homie. It's really sad, you know, to see something that tragic happen to somebody you love, or even have bad dreams about people that you done up or whatever, and because you know that karma's gonna come back to you, whether it hits you or might bypass you, homie, and hit one of your kids, but that karma's gonna come back, dog. So you better be ready for it, homie. You can't go do some dirt and think that it's not gonna come back to you.
Yeah. You know, I wanted to ask you, well, first let me bring it up. In the 80s and 90s, I remember gang members fought.
Yeah.
If I didn't like you, I'm either going to show up to your hood at your door, or you're going to show up to my hood, you know, and we're going to get them up.
Yeah.
And everybody watches. Once it's over, it's over.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the way I grew up. I don't know no other way, and I'm not trying to say by any way, shape, or form that I still want to do that. No, I don't. I would rather have friends, Marvelous, than enemies.
Yeah.
But today, you know what I'm seeing? And these are the guys that are putting it out. They don't fight anymore, Marvelous. They'll join a gang so that they don't have to fight. So once they get into a gang, oh no, you gotta have to fight my whole neighborhood. You don't get a free one.
Yeah.
You fight my whole and I'm thinking, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. Back then, if you were a gang member, you fought. Today, you join a gang not to fight, and you pay for protection.
That's what fools are doing, bro. They're asking for help out here.
Yeah, and I would have never have known about that world if people wouldn't be putting it out there on social media.
Yeah.
You know, I'm okay, so I can't fight you no more? Nah, man.
There's no such thing as a fair fight.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, there is, homie. That's how you earn your honor. Like, I mean, what are you talking about?
Fuck, can we play hot hands and see who wins? Or, you know, can we play tetherball against each other?
I had my homie go with me, and I had my homie roll with me. Like, what the fuck, homie? Aren't you a man? Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. Okay, somebody put, brah, nobody cares about you interviewing this man, and I'm going to stop reading right there because this is foolishness.
I responded to that shit.
Oh, okay, cool. For Tony, are you still working on SA40's EP? I know it's going to be dope. Yes, I am. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to play anything because it's going to be dope. Okay. Question for Tony and Marv. I know Marv doesn't believe there is a hell. Interesting enough, I was talking to my dad, and he also doesn't believe it either. His belief is that once we are gone, and Almighty God and His army win the battle of Armageddon, the earth will be inhabited by Satan and his angels for thousands of years. And thousands of years, that is the hell believes in. Your thoughts? You had a typo there because I'm going to try to read it again. The earth will be inhabited by Satan and his angels for thousands of years. That is the hell he believes in. Your thoughts? Okay, this question is from Marvelous and me, so you go first.
You go.
Okay.
I don't believe in hell, so that's my answer.
Okay, I'm gonna give it to you the way I studied Bible prophecy. Okay, this is just me, and then you can give yours.
Get it, homie. Get it.
I do believe in a 7-year tribulation. I do believe that. Okay, now whether I'm not going to talk about pre-trib, mid-trib, post-trib. I'm not going to talk about the trib, the rapture type of deal. After the 7-year tribulation, I believe there's going to be a millennial reign of God here on this earth. A millennial reign. Yes, and then the Bible does talk about that eventually when that's over, Satan will be allowed to roam the earth. I never read thousands of years, but for a certain time before the great judgment, where everybody who's dead and who's not allowed into the kingdom will all have to stand before God on His throne and give an account of themselves. Okay, even Satan and his demons. Then eventually they'll be thrown into the lake of fire. That's what I believe. Do I believe that there is a hell? Yes, I do believe, and I believe there's enough proof to to make me a believer of that. I do believe that there is a hell right there. I just don't believe that that is the final place. I believe the lake of fire is. And I believe that in hell, right now, that there is different levels of hell. The Bible talks about that. But yes, I do believe in hell, and I do believe in the lake of fire. I hand it over to you, pal.
No, I don't believe in hell, bro. It's all about karma and your judgment, and you come back. You're reincarnated, homie.
Okay.
So if you're reincarnated, how are you going to go to hell?
Well, very easy, because there's no reincarnation.
Okay, so the Bible's wrong then, right?
Well, the Bible doesn't talk about
Yes, it does talk
It's
about
conversation with Marvelous, not arguing with Marvelous.
Okay, don't argue with me then, homie.
All good. Okay. It's like, see, I'm just glad you can get two perspectives. Okay. All right. Let me see. Question from Marvelous. Do you think it's safe for our children to fast? That's a good question.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
Now, we're not talking about starving them.
Especially because they're pure, man.
Right.
They're pure. Well, I mean, they're in a purer state than they would be as an adult.
Yeah, yeah.
So, the Most High hears them, louder than he would hear us,
There's a thing on Instagram that I follow, and I think it's called or Dads Against Predators.
Hmm?
And these guys in Silver have 13-year-olds, 11-year-olds, whatever. Mm-hmm. And then they go meet the guy. Mm. And they're like, hey, they're recording him. And they're like a little mob, like 3 or 4. Uh-huh. And they confront these guys, man. The majority of them run. Mm-hmm. The majority of them, like, they start confessing.
Yeah.
Look, I just want to say this, Marvelous, because this is one thing that I do fear about God. Uh-huh. I always said this, that if you ever want to get God really, really mad at you,
harm his children.
Harm his children, bro. Mm-hmm. Harm his children, and I'm even going to go as far as saying women. Harm them, and you're going to have an angry God on your hands. Mm-hmm. I truly do believe that. Mm-hmm. And it just hurts me when you see grown-ass men trying to have sex with little boys.
Epstein.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay. And I think about my grandchildren, bro, whom I love and adore. Those guys are my world. All of my grandchildren. Mm-hmm. Okay. So the answer is yes for fasting. Do you think they should maybe be a teenager first? Do you think they should be maybe reach the age of like 10, 11, 12, possibly?
No. If you're coming in agreement where 3 or more are there and within prayer and fasting, that matters, bro. Okay. No matter what age.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't have to be a crazy fast for a baby or a kid. I mean,
right.
And we shouldn't be the first thing we gotta know is the laws, bro. We're not even supposed to be eating 3 meals a day. We're only supposed to eat 1 meal a day. So I mean, if you're taking away a meal, substituting for a fruit, or taking away fruit and substituting that for water, that's still a fast in itself. You're not starving a child and be like, oh, you're not gonna eat for the whole week. You gotta join in this fast.
And a fast is not.
This fast can be a baby fast,
Right. And a fast is not today. You're not gonna eat Twinkies.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And it would be something that he wants and desires, like a snack. His favorite snack. Maybe you got cookies. Well, today, mijo, you're not gonna have cookies today. We're going on a fast, okay? We're gonna pray together. You're not gonna eat this or something that you enjoy. I know I give you a candy, maybe. Or whatever, you're not going to have that today, okay?
Yeah.
Or for the week or a couple of days or whatever. That could be a little baby fast for him.
Yeah. And I do want to say this pertaining to fasting, it is a good thing for you when it's done right.
Oh, heck yeah.
It is a good thing for you. And I'm going to say it this way, spiritually and physically.
Yeah.
Spiritually and physically. Because I know people that I'm going to go on a fast. Really? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I need to lose weight.
Yeah. People misconstrue the whole, my stomach's growling, I'm hungry. No, that's not true. That's the biggest lie, homie. One of them. Your stomach is really fucking healing itself. It's healing itself. Your body's producing the massive amount of white blood cells to take out finally go to war and not have to worry about other food coming down. Then they have to go work on that meal. Now they're all working together on whatever's in your stomach and pushing that shit out.
Okay. Good answer. Do you guys believe the hollow earth can exist?
It does exist.
Okay. Question for Tony. What's the deal with CNG? Did he ever reschedule, or is it still up in the air? No, there was never been a reschedule, but it's okay, bro. You know what? I wish that guy the best. No, he never rescheduled. His manager, who sat with me and said he was going to try to reschedule, never got back to me or to my son. But there's no hard feelings, bro. You know what? If I'm here to say, that there should be peace amongst us, I'm not going to start by, stirring up strife. No, he didn't come back, but you know what? I stick to my rules, Marvelous, that whoever cancels, I don't rebook them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't rebook them. And that's not hard feelings, but if you would see the waiting list of people that I want to come here.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's all good. No, yeah, so as far as CNG, no, they've never reached out, but I wish him well. Okay, this one's a question for Marv. When can we expect your first music single to drop?
Not working on a single.
All right. Somebody put, I'll be working late. Catch the second hour. Want to see what favorite flat Earth has been up to lately. Okay. Question for Marv. Do you get tired of answering the same questions? Question number one. Next time, at least ask what questions. I think the number one is the flat Earth.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you get tired of it?
I get tired when I'm not able to show you.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. All right. Second one. Will podcasters run around like chicken with no head if the internet stops working?
They're already doing it, and it's working. Running around fucking clucking everywhere.
Clucking. Wow. I haven't heard the word clucker since the 80s.
Yeah. That's all they're doing, homie.
Okay. You know what?
Cluck,
I do want to say this, okay?
Yeah.
I hope the internet crashes.
Yeah.
I hope, because some people would just go crazy.
They would.
I can't talk shit anymore.
They would.
That's really what they would be saying. I got some stuff to say about Marvelous.
Not me, but they'll be like, they won't get that release of endorphins off the likes or whatever. That feed,
to me,
is feeding that shit.
I don't care. So let the internet crash.
Yeah.
All right.
Go play outside.
Tony Rodin, real Marvelous, always. Okay, dope. Questions for both. What are your thoughts on the election coming up? Do you think they're going to come up with a distraction like COVID?
Oh, I know a second lockdown's coming.
Really?
Yeah, heck yeah. Yeah, second lockdown, and it's going to be a major outbreak of something worse or a different strand of COVID. They're going to make up some bullshit.
I believe in the last days, Marvelous, that things are just going to get worse. Let me just give one of the signs, okay? When the disciples asked, what are the sign of the age and the sign of your coming? One of the things that always stood out to me was when he said, nation will rise against nation. And the New Testament was written in the Greek. And if you look up that word, nationality will rise up against nationality. Mm-hmm. And we see that everywhere.
Yeah. Yep.
Can I ask a question about that?
Yeah,
No.
Go for it.
No?
Nah, go ahead, homie.
Okay, so you know how I've heard you say it a few times that things are worse now?
Are going to get worse.
Or they're gonna get worse. But
yeah.
Can I ask, maybe 100 or 150, maybe even 200 years ago, weren't things way worse than they are now? As far as you get punished in the street, there were slaves, I'm just saying, weren't things worse back then? So now did things get better and then now they're getting worse? Or what is it? My question is, things seem to have gotten better in the past 100, 200 years, right?
Right, but my question to you, I would have to ask, define better.
And then let me double down on that, homie.
Yeah.
Ask yourself this.
Yeah.
Would you rather that a person just kill you and it be done with, or over the years mentally fucking kill you?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a tough question, but I do believe, and when I say worse, I do believe that there is going to be a tribulation coming, bro.
Because I was asking, because you ever seen that movie Braveheart?
Yeah.
Okay, at the end when they
they kill him.
Well, they torture him before they kill him.
Yeah.
Right? But back then, if they didn't kill you, they would cut your nuts off and everything,
Of course.
And then if you lived somehow still, you could still be alive or whatever. But that was one of the forms of punishments. So now there aren't those type of punishments nowadays, and things have gotten more civilized.
But they're coming.
Okay.
I'm going to give you an example. Okay. Again, if you believe in the scripture, I do believe in the 7-year tribulation. And it says that during that time, when the Antichrist and the false prophet take center stage, that anybody who does not worship the image of the beast will not be able to buy, trade, or sell. And if you don't worship, that your head will be cut off. Now, somebody will say, Tony, who's going to do that? Let me tell you something. I won't mention it, but there's one religion that's the biggest in the world that has surpassed the Catholic Church. And they are the ones that in their country still chop people's heads off. I'll leave it at that. Okay. Okay. If God can forgive us all from our sins, does that mean he will forgive the devil? No. Is he going to forgive the devil?
No, they've already been damned, bro.
That's it.
They're the ones that will really go to hell, the lake of fire.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so Marvelous. Oh, this is a good one. Let me see. Okay. Why is Catholicism the only religion tied to the Vatican City, being that there's so many hidden secrets in there? That's a big question to give a small answer for.
Yeah, why is it, one more time, bro? Why is what?
Why is Catholicism the only religion tied to the Vatican? Well, because they think that Peter was the first pope. And they think Catholicism, the Vatican, is where he started the first church. So that's the only thing linked that I believe.
Well, that too, but they also have, it's like an underlying religion that people don't know about. They got the white pope, they got the black pope that wears a black robe, and then they got the gray pope. That's the most evilest one. And they worship Lucifer. They call him Polarius, the morning star, bro. They don't worship, the real Messiah. That people ignorant call Jesus.
Yeah.
Who's really Caesar Borgia. Like they got the masses fooled, bro.
Yeah.
They manipulate the Bible in every which way they can. Tithing has nothing to do with that. Giving all your feria. It's your spirit, your 10% of your spirit, whatever the Most High puts in your vision, bro, to give somebody. If it's money, then it's money. But if it's a gesture of a smile, homie, or a hug, or some words of advice, then that's what it is too.
I found a meme, a church meme that I thought was pretty good. He says, "If I don't go to heaven, I want all my church money back." Okay, so then he says, "Why do you think the path of this last eclipse is the same path that seems to be getting hit with heavy storms and tornadoes? Thanks." And why do you think the path of this last eclipse is the same path that seems to be getting hit with heavy storms and tornadoes? I don't know.
I didn't believe that it was a real eclipse.
Okay. Now, do you believe that eclipses are real?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, are you still trying to get Cuban Link on the show? Yes, but I'll be honest with you. Cuban Link, and I said it respectfully, he wanted to be flown out here, and I don't have money for that, bro. Like, I would like to one day be big enough so I could have a budget and fly him out here, or fly anybody that I think is dope. Fly him out here, get him a nice room, feed him, and then just chop it up.
Yeah. But
I can't afford that, bro. So, and he's not going to come out here in his own money, and I have to respect that.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. My question would be, why did you guys lose faith in being Catholic? Okay. Marvelous, were you ever a Catholic growing up?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought I was a Catholic growing up because my mom and dad were Catholic from Mexico. We would go to church. We had a church in Compton. When we moved to Compton, we came here, and then came to Wilmington. Then we went to Holy Family down the street.
Right.
Okay. I can't ever say I was a practicing Catholic, but I will say this, that since you asked the question, since I was a kid, I questioned everything.
Right.
Why the Pope? And then when my parents told me that he was the closest person to God, that got me mad. I'm like, why him?
Yeah.
You don't know who you're talking about. He's the holiest man. I'm like, I thought we were all equal.
Yeah.
So I never understood that. I never understood the nun thing. I never understood the priest thing. And then growing up, you hear about priests being pedophiles. Mm-hmm. Then you go to church and you sit, stand, kneel, sit, stand, kneel, sit, stand, kneel. Nobody ever carried a Bible. So I was wondering, like, what was all this about? Because when I go to church, I just see a man on the cross just there.
Yeah.
And really all I went there for, because I wanted to see a statue of Mary to maybe see if she dripped blood, or look at the statue of Jesus. Maybe he might have winked at me. Right. And I'm not being sarcastic when I say it. I'm being honest.
Yeah.
You know, because growing up, you'll say, Mary's crying over there in Portugal, or Jesus is really bleeding in Rome. That was my view of Catholicism. So I can never say, Marvelous, that I had faith in being a Catholic.
Right. Me too, bro. I for the question the person was asking, I never had faith.
Yeah.
I can't say I had faith. I did it because of the respect for my grandfather.
Yeah.
That was it. You know, as I started to study, then my faith grew.
Right.
Because I started having understanding and what the Bible really states, or the Torah really talks about. You know?
You know, I'm going to say this, and please, I do not mean this disrespectfully, because I love my Catholic friends. I love my Catholic family still. I love them. But I do want to say this respectfully to all you guys that are practicing Catholics, is that if you read the Bible for yourself, you wouldn't be Catholic anymore.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what I'm challenging you in a friendly manner.
And if you studied precept upon precept, you wouldn't be Christian anymore.
I don't consider myself that either.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Really quick, before we go to the next one, can we read that poll?
The question, 356 votes. The question is, would you still vote for Trump after the guilty verdict? 70% said hell yeah, and 30% said hell no.
Okay, read that again. Who said hell yeah?
70% said they would still vote for him.
Okay.
And 30% said they wouldn't.
Oh, that's still a lot. 70%. All right.
Yeah.
All right. You know what? Can you put up there? Are you Catholic and Christian? And let's see who. Okay. Let's go to the next one, and then we'll get ready to take calls. Manny from Phoenix, question for Marvelous and Tony. Who do you guys think Jehovah really is? Is he the Most High, or is it something else? That's kind of a tricky question for me, because when somebody says, who do you think Jehovah is that a Jehovah's Witness asking? Because I think, I don't believe in the Jehovah's Witness religion, So for me, even the name Jehovah, in my opinion, it's an erroneous name. It's man-made. It's made up. So I think I know what you're talking about. Like what is the real name of God? And there's some people are using Jehovah.
They come up with all kinds of names, bro.
Yeah. So again, who was asking the question? Is it a Jehovah's Witness? I would have to believe. I don't believe in the writings of Charles Taze Russell, the New World Translation of the Holy Scriptures, what you guys call your Bible. I don't know, Marvelous. Maybe you heard it differently. What's the difference? Let me see. Question for Marvelous and Tony. Who do you think Jehovah really is?
I mean, I don't know what they're asking, bro.
Okay.
Like you said right now.
Okay, this is a good question right here. Question for Marvelous. What's the difference between homies from the 90s and homies nowadays?
Yeah, there's a big difference.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we got schooled. We had clecha, we got schooled. We got checked for things that we did wrong. And now it's like an anything goes. People are faking the funk out here. Yeah. People are lying about everything, and now they got social media to back them up.
Wow, that was powerful. Now they got social media to back them up.
Yeah. Before we didn't have that. We didn't have nothing. You're either gonna be a fucking man or you're not. That's it.
That's it.
You found out. We didn't use words that they use today. The N-word, or joking around calling people a bitch. Like we didn't do none of that.
We didn't walk up with VCR recorders. Go ahead, Marvelous, call them out. I'll get it on tape.
Yeah, let me get it on tape. Let me take a picture and walk away. Like, what the fuck? Or here, let me send this picture. Interview me so I could talk about it. We could get paid for the views. Like, what the fuck?
I witnessed a confrontation over at Tommy's Burgers in Carson. There was a guy by himself, and yet there was a guy that walked in with two other guys with him. and he saw the guy that supposedly heard was talking shit about him.
Mm-hmm.
But the guy that was there alone got a little intimidated because he was there with his two homies.
Yeah.
And he walked up right up to me, goes, "What's up, man? You got something to say?" And I'm right there eating my fucking chili burger special. And I'm just looking at it. And then the guy goes, "Yeah, but you're with your homies." He goes, "No, they're waiting here. Let's go outside." And the guy straight up said, "Nah, man, fuck it, dispense. I fucked up." He was scared. He was scared. And he goes, "Don't go around talking shit, man." He said, "You're talking too much shit, and I've been looking for you."
Yeah.
And the guy said, "All right, fuck it. You got me. That's it." But now I will say this. I knew the guy who called out the guy that was alone.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever I would chill with him, drink a beer with him, he would never bring it up. Like, "Yeah, I got that. Ooh."
Yeah.
I swear to him. It was just over.
Yeah.
It was just over. So, okay. Hopefully I could pronounce this right. Tony, have you or Marvelous ever hear of the theory that ancient Aztecs names their capital city of, I'm going to try my hardest, Tenochtitlan, after their biblical ancestors Enoch?
Yeah.
Okay. The Aztecs called the capital
Tenochtitlan. I can't
Okay.
even pronounce it with my fucking.
Okay, the city of Tanakh or
Where the fuck is it at?
Tinoch. So naming it after the ancestor, considering that in their dialect, the Aztecs had prefix many words with the T, Tinoch, could have originally been Enoch if the prefix T is dropped. I really don't know what your question is. I don't know if you're just making a statement.
They're answering like the way like the Nahuatl language, like Tlaloc, or like like a lot of those or deities or gods that we worship, bro. You know, that would be a good question for Homeboy that I had on my show.
Okay, and there's okay, all these pinche haters and trolls in the comments, bro. Internet bangers. Keep up the solid work, Tony. What up, Marvelous? Be cool, guys. Some other guy put, "I am a lame." Okay, so that was it. I don't know why you call yourself a lame, but yeah. I am a lame. Look in the mirror next time you say, "I am a lame." No, they're not like us. They're not like us. I am a lame. So that's where we're at. Okay. Let's go ahead and put up the number. We'll take these calls. We got probably about 25 minutes. We're going to try to keep every call at least 5 minutes. Okay, so please do not try to like ask a humongous question. If we can keep it under 5 minutes, let's do that.
Whatever happened to Spencer and Eddie?
Eddie doesn't call anymore, but Spencer still does. Yeah. Spencer still does. Okay, the number's up, you guys. If you guys want to call, go ahead and call. And hopefully we can answer, or hopefully Marvelous can answer. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay. Oh, shoot. 951, please call back. I forgot to connect the Bluetooth.
Oh, you got new earphones on.
Yes, these sound good.
Yeah, these shits are fucking
Okay. Okay, caller your name and where are you calling from? Hello. Caller. Okay, am I connected though? Okay, here we go again. I don't know. Every time we have technical difficulty. Okay, we had a 323 number and a 951 number. Okay, here we go. 951. Caller, your name and where are you calling from?
Tony A. Caesar from Paris.
Caesar from Paris. I should have recognized a 666.
Oh, yeah. In the house. First of all, buenas noches, Mr. Marvelous.
¿Qué huele, homie?
From the way your head is glowing nice, I can make sure and almost guarantee that the back of your knees are fully moisturized. That's it, and I love it. Keep it pushing. Now, since I get, you know what, Marvelous, I gotta say I'm sorry, but somebody's gotta get to keep up the bad work. You know what I'm saying, Marvelous and Spencer? But today it's you, homeboy.
All good, homie. All good.
Now, let's talk. I want to plug a quick channel talking about this. Everybody wants to ask Marvelous about the flat Earth, man. This Marvelous is getting fucking tired of you guys. It's time for you guys to do your own homework. Now, here's an easy channel, Vibes of Cosmos. You look up that channel, it'll give you a a nice little breakdown of what's really cracking where we live. Let me see. Now let's go back down to this. And of course, I am an ex-Catholic. I'll put that down on record here on this marvelous conversation. Because yeah, there's a lot of these Catholics out there, and these motherfuckers are weirdos out here. So let's be careful with our children. Let's not leave them behind any catecismo class or anything like that, man. Be aware of your children. Don't give another person the responsibility of having your kids safe. Please, everybody out there. All right. One more thing, Tony.
Yes.
Since I'm gonna hit something with you, there's a guy out here hitting the YouTube streets out here, going by the name of Dr. Ammon Hillman.
Okay.
He's a Greek scholar, but what he is saying is he is, and with all due respect, he is saying Jesus was into pedophilia. Now, there is something that he says that it's in the Bible that Jesus was caught in a garden with a child. Can you touch on any of that? Does that sound anything relatively true?
Absolutely not. He said that the children were the heritage of the Lord, that if anybody harmed one of these, it's better if you tie a millstone around your neck. Throw yourself into the deepest ocean.
Right.
He protected children and he protected women. And you know, when the Pharisees brought that woman called in the act of adultery, they brought the woman, but they didn't bring the man. And then he said, Moses said that we should, stone her, according to the law. What do you say? And he said, he who has no sin cast the first stone. Then he picked up the woman and he told the woman, where are your accusers? Now go and sin no more. He protected women. He loved children. As a matter of fact, the youngest disciple that he had was John. He's the one that wrote the book of Revelation. So it's whoever this idiot, because that's exactly what he is, said that, I don't know where you get these things from. So.
Right. And that's how we say, and I'm going to put a little extra mayonnaise on that and say, eat a big dick, Mr. Hillman, because supposedly he's a Greek scholar. But anyways, we'll put him on the shelf. I just wanted to make sure that everybody heard Tony A speak knowledge and speak what's really going on out here. So we'll end it like this. Marvelous. Good looking out. Rodeo and Radio, good looking out. Alex, get ready. What does a magician and Miss Pac-Man have in common?
They make things disappear?
Both think the disappearing act is the hardest. The bitch can't just leave. She's always sticking around. Oh, eat a big dick, Miss Pac-Man. These are from Paris. And I'm out.
All right. Let's go. We missed a couple of calls. Let's get those in. Here we go. Caller, your name and where are you calling from?
David from Sacramento.
David from Sacramento. How you doing tonight?
Good. I just have a complaint, actually.
Yes, sir.
We need Marvelous on the show more.
Okay.
Thank you, bro.
That's a good thing. You know what? But I do want to answer that. And I thank you for that. Because I told Marvelous a lot.
I'm just messing around, but
yeah,
no,
it's all
cool
good.
To see Marvelous on the show, though.
I have to work around your schedule.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much what it comes down to. So yeah, I would love to have that.
Hey, but my real question is, though, I think Marvelous said that he used to live in Sacramento for a minute. So if he could tell some stories or what he can recall or remember from when he stayed here.
No, I stayed.
That'd be pretty cool.
I stayed with my aunt in Stockton, bro. But no, I didn't live out there for a long time. I stayed out there for a month or something, homie. And it was cool. I just felt like they owned a lot of land out there. I guess her husband that she's married to now. And I just felt there was nothing to do. This was a long time ago, man. 93 probably, I think. And the houses, I just always remember the houses being so far away, from each other. Damn, there ain't nothing to do out here. I felt bad for you were a kid out there, homie. You're gonna go play in the field with the orange trees and
a rock and a stick.
There ain't nothing to do out there. Nothing to do out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stockton pretty much sucks. But it's been coming up over here more. They're starting to build more houses and shit.
Yeah.
All good.
Well, that was my only question, though. Thanks, you guys.
Appreciate you, homie.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
Peace. Okay, let's go, everybody. We got the calls. Let's go. We got a couple more minutes. Here we go. Caller, your name and where are you calling from? Oh, shoot.
Jose from Blythe.
Jose from Blythe. How you doing tonight?
Good.
Good, good.
Yeah, just wondering if you're ever gonna bring Norris back.
You know what? I had to let Norby's go for a reason. I gave an update on that the other day when I went live with Alex on the Cervantes Enterprise at the very, very end. Norby's is my brother.
Okay.
I talk to Norby's every day. I got nothing but love for him. But this was a decision that I had to make, you know, and I gave him the News with Norby so he could do that on his own platform. I just wish him well, bro. I just, as of right now, I just don't think he will be coming back. But let me just say this, man, because I know the real Norbert. I'm just never going to say never, but I'll just leave it at that.
No, yeah, that narrative put on him, that was,
Yeah.
a lot of people know his congregations, and that wasn't cool how they put it on him like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's the internet, and yeah.
All good.
Alrighty.
You have any other questions?
That was it, man.
Okay, brother.
I
Thank
like
you.
the show. Keep it up. Look to
Absolutely.
you.
Thank you.
Have a good night, homie.
Okay. Let's go. Nobody's got people that care for him.
Yeah.
He got a nice fan base. So, okay, Norbert, if you're watching, they love you. So, all right, guys, we got about 15 minutes. So I'm trying to, right now the lines are not even, here we go. Caller, your name and where are you calling from?
Tony, hey, what's good?
My boy from Yonkers, New York.
Good, Marv.
What up, homie?
Absolutely. What's good, man? Man, it's been a long time, man.
Yeah, it's been a minute. So how you been, man? You got a question?
Shout out to, yeah, man. Not much of a question, but was the situation with Diddy.
Yes.
Yo, somebody threw that boy under the bus. He's been getting away with a lot of shit, but he probably, made the people above him mad, So they have no use for him no more. So they putting out stuff to make him look bad,
Yeah.
I'm not saying for whatever he did is wrong. It's wrong. Whatever he did is wrong, but they're really just trying to,
Right.
just get rid of him.
Yeah, the only thing that I could look at, as far as all these allegations, we supposedly live, in a country where we are innocent to proven guilty. But when there's videos, Marvelous, of you beating up a chick, how do you justify that? And then you can't go to jail because
hold on, Tony, hold on.
Yes, go for it.
Hold on, Tony. Yo, Shorty was with him for like 7 years. We live in the U.S. We don't live in other countries where you could get away with murder. Now, over here, if you get beat up, the first time they put hands on you, you go to the cops and tell them, But you know what? I feel like it was going good. She was living her life.
Yeah.
And he probably did that since day one, and she still was with him for 7 years.
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah.
Some girls just. I'm not saying it's correct, but some girls just like that. They live in lavish. They in yachts. They going on jets. They take a beating here and there, and they alright. But you know what I mean? I don't know. That's how it looks from outside looking in.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's right.
No, I understand that.
But that was that.
I guess you kind of just want to remain neutral about the situation.
I mean, but yo, Shorty got 10 mil?
Yeah, I think she got something like that. Yeah, I guess that makes it all better, right?
Oh. For her, yeah, she good now.
Yeah.
Nah, but Marv, what's good with Bill Carson, man? What's good with that guy, man?
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Bill Carson?
Yeah, he's talking up. Yeah, I don't know if you know him. He said he saw some aliens, and that his life wasn't the same after that.
Yeah, that whole stuff. Like whenever I hear them dudes talk about all that shit, bro, and that other dude, I forgot his name. Right, I can't think of his name right now. But whenever I hear them talk about aliens or the universe and all that, it goes out the window with me, homie. All that shit goes out the window with me, dog. or especially when they're sitting there with throwing symbolisms and shit on camera. All that shit is an act, dog. Like none of that shit about aliens and spaceship. That ain't the real.
It's funny that you say Bill Carson, because you know what that reminds me of? The Good, Bad, and the Ugly. The good was Clint Eastwood, okay, and the ugly was a guy that had an alias called Bill Carson. So that's when you said that, that's what I thought about.
Yeah.
So.
No. Hey man, shout out to Alex, man. That was a good show he did the other day.
Thank you.
Hell yeah. All right, my brother, from Yonkers, New York.
Yeah.
Have a good one, bro.
No problem, man.
Okay, brother.
Yeah, you too, guys.
Peace. Okay, you guys, we got about 12 minutes. Let's blow these phones up, and then we're out of here.
There's a Bill Carson that's a guitarist, and then there's a Billy Carson.
Oh, okay.
Which is the guy he's talking about.
Okay. Caller, your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, what's up? It's Enoch from Oxnard 805.
What's up, my brother from Oxnard?
Say, I have a question for Marv. Are you familiar with the phrase called loosh?
Where have I heard that from before? Yeah. I've heard that before, but I can't place it, bro. Loosh, Lush, right?
I think it's with two O's, double O's. Loosh. But anyways, I think.
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead, homie.
Oh no, because I hear I listen to a lot of I guess you call it conspiracy radio or internet radio.
Yeah.
And they talk about that how it's like those I guess evil spirits. They it's like cocaine for them when they get the suffering of people.
Yeah.
Like when catastrophes or stuff like that happens.
Yeah,
it's like
they eat off of that.
Yeah, go ahead.
They eat off of that spirit of fear, bro. It's a frequency that we generate, homie, through our pineal gland, and that's right. Yeah, what you're saying. Yeah, loosh. I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, because I don't really hear people talking about it.
Yeah,
have you talked about it? I think you did one time or no?
I don't know if I talked about that one, bro, but I touched on the jinn spirit, all those spirits, the Jezebel spirit. We talked about the one that it's a double name, bro. I don't know why I can't think about it right now. The Ichabus and
Succubus.
The Succubus. And all that. These spirits are generated through certain frequencies that we are projecting, homie. And we manifest that reality. And the more we fear, the more they become real. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, and that's because obviously, look, you guys talk about this all the time about social media being bad for us, and I think right now it's probably one of the worst times for that because social media kind of amps up all this fear that people have.
Yeah, and the spirit.
There's some guy.
Oh my bad. Go ahead, bro.
No, just my last point. There's some guy named Bruce McDonald. I've actually brought it up on other shows like with Norby's.
Yeah.
And that guy said that. Remember when we pulled off from Afghanistan back in 2021? He said that how it was, how it was messy and it was just unorganized, and unfortunately a lot of people died and suffered during that pullout.
Yeah.
He said that was all deliberate.
Yeah.
To get that loosh going and get these, stuff going. So.
Yeah. Right after the soldiers left, they took control of everything again. Like it didn't matter, and that wasn't even why the soldiers were over there for, anyways, bro. They raided the biggest seed pile over there in Afghanistan, and nobody has no idea. It was the second largest seed pile in the whole earth, bro. And they took all that original seed. They were all organic seed, homie, of almost every fucking every seed of every fruit and vegetable, homie, that was in those massive warehouses, homie. And they took all that shit. And everybody was blind with the war and the wars going on, but nobody's seen these people sneaking in and getting all this shit. That's a big thing, homie. That affects the whole earth, all the masses, homie. It affects all of us because there's not going to be no more original seed for us to live organically, bro.
Yeah.
They're all going to be manipulated seeds, all hybrid seeds that's not going to generate anything good for us, bro. They're all going to be cancer-causing fruits and vegetables, hybrids, bro.
Yeah, I know somebody in the comments said adrenochrome, but
yeah,
man, that's all I had about that loosh stuff, because that adrenochrome is somewhat related to the loosh part. But yeah, man, thank you, Tony and Marv. Have a good night.
You too,
thank you
homie.
for taking my call.
All right, brother, thank you. Okay, we could make them quick. We could take 2 more phone calls and that's it. So let's get him in. That was a good phone. He got straight to it. So thank you for that call. So let's see who's going to call in next. Here we go. Caller, your name and where are you calling from? Hello? Caller. Okay. All right. Let's go. Caller, your name and where are you calling from?
What's up, Big Tony? Marvelous.
What up, homie?
It's Don Vaquero from Lincoln Heights. You know my cousin, fool. Recipes, fucking clever.
Clever, yeah. That's my boy right there, man. Rest in peace, Clever.
Hey, remember Tony asked you about the Funky L Street song?
Yes,
you ever
sir.
got homeboy on the fucking podcast?
No, bro. No, you're talking about I believe Peps, correct? Or are you talking about the
MC Pep, brother.
MC
Yeah,
Peps.
MC Pep.
Yeah, we haven't been able to make that happen. As a matter of fact, let me just go ahead and say it. My boy from the neighborhood, Johnny D, who's in the group Spanish Fly, he's been working a lot with them. And I've asked him, make the connection, but it hasn't been made yet. But hopefully in the future, we'll have him in here because I know he's dropping new music. So, yeah, we'll definitely try to make that happen.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. But nah, man, salute to both of you guys, man. Keep that shit rolling.
Thank you, my bro. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you,
Good night.
Have a good night, homie.
Okay, we can get one more phone call in. We got enough time for one more phone call. So if you guys want to call in, let's get it in. If not, we're just going to end it right there and see if we have anything on the super chat. Okay, I'm giving you guys a couple of more seconds. Okay, and we're going to be ready to roll. Here we go. Caller, your name and where are you calling from? Hello? Hello? Okay, you know what? We're just going to go ahead and end it right there, Marv. Let me go ahead and...
Hey, Tom, by any chance, did you get to see a video today about some guy that was throwing stones on the freeway in the middle of the night?
I seen it.
Stones on the freeway?
Yeah, some dude that was homeless.
Okay.
Yeah, and then he threw one right in front of a motorcycle, and the guy fell off.
Oh, yeah?
And it's all recorded on video.
Did that guy in the motorcycle hurt himself, bro? Like, he's still alive, right?
He's still alive, but he fucked himself up. And a lot of people that passed by ran over those rocks and popped their tires.
Yeah, he was throwing big ass fucking boulders, homie, on the freeway.
Did they catch his ass?
I don't know.
Yeah, but they can't do nothing because he's a homeless dude. So it's like, I mean, they can't.
Fuck it, let him throw more rocks.
They should stone that fool.
Fuck, like, bro, like, seriously? Like, damn.
Stone that
Hurting
lot
people.
away.
Okay.
Well, my point of saying that is just people be careful out there on the freeways at night.
Yep.
Please do
3
so.
a.m.
Okay, Alex, you got anything?
No, I'll tell you right now. Let me just take this number off.
Okay.
Okay. There are a few live chats. Oh, shit.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, Zapata Vive dropped $2. He said, Brown Aunt Uncle Tom is laughable at best legacy. I'm not sure what he's talking about, but
Well, thank you for that, though.
okay. Popeye BHR dropped $19.99. That's it.
Thank you for that. Much appreciated.
El EP Loco said, much love from Salas.
Much love and respect. Thank you.
Michael Rosas dropped $2.
Thank you, Michael Rosas.
Isaiah Chavez dropped $2. He said, bring Marv to Freaky Tales Friday, porfas.
We'll definitely try to make it happen. Thank you.
Okay. Enrique Ledesma, he said he's been a member for 10 months. He said, Cubo to the Rhodium Radio, Marvelous, Tony, and Magic Girl team. Give us 2 to 3 bullet points on why reincarnation does or does not exist. Have a blessed night.
That what? Why?
He said, give us 2 to 3 bullet points on why reincarnation does or doesn't exist. Have a
Go ahead,
blessed
Marvelous.
Well, I can't quote the exact scripture right now, but it is in the Bible about reincarnation. Go to the Blue Letter Bible and type in reincarnation in the Bible, and it should pull up the scripture.
All right.
Okay, here's my bullet point
Go
from the Bible.
Go.
It has been given man to die once and then the judgment. That's just one.
Yeah, but when you die, bro, when you're considering us all a separate entity when you're not. When you go, you're a representation of your whole bloodline. So that's when you die that one time, when the great judgment comes. There's not a bunch of judgments.
Conversation with Marvelous. Not Let's go.
Okay. Damn, Chris. I can't say his last name, so I'm gonna just say Chris dropped $10. He said, "Much love to both of you guys. Marvelous. Keep your head up."
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, homie.
Enrique Ledesma dropped $4.99. He said, "Marvelous. What are your encounters with the shadow people?"
Have you experienced that?
In a way, yeah. I think the state of when you go to your paralysis, when you're stuck.
Yes.
I think that has to do with shadow people being around or whatever.
I believe that too.
I don't believe I believe that your house should be blessed, man, especially when you're bringing people in. Like, they bring spirits with them, bro.
They do.
And, me tattooing, I know I'm not supposed to be doing that in the spiritual world or me pursuing what I'm supposed to be doing. But, even after everybody leaves, like, I open all the windows and the doors and bless my home, bro. Like, I leave no door closed,
Yeah.
Because that's where the entities they could be right there,
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Isaiah Chavez dropped another $2. He said, "Marv, you ever found out about the red heifers?"
Yeah, meaning the sacrificial thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. There's some bread here. I forgot what state they're in, but they're beautiful, man.
Yeah, there are people that are breeding them, and I do believe they're going to be used in ceremonies
over
in
there.
the last days.
Yeah, in Palestine.
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. P-Dog, he's been a member for 10 months. He said...
P-Dog?
Yeah, it's P-Dog.
I haven't heard that word in a long time. Go ahead.
He said, "Norby's being canceled seems excessive. He doesn't talk slick. He apologized, but some people are offended, and some pretend to be offended for a motive."
Well, nobody said canceled or said the word fired.
Yeah.
As far as this platform, we just had to part ways, but like, ain't no love lost for Norbert.
Yeah, shout out to P-Dog for becoming a member.
Thank you, P-Dog. We're good?
10-month member.
P-Dizzle.
Are we good?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Marvelous shout-outs.
To my kids, I love you guys. The homie Little R from Watts. Gracias, homie. Appreciate you. Shout out to you and la familia. My respects to the homie Snoop. La Maravilla. You también. All the homies that show me love. For all the ones that recently gave me apologies. Hey, shout out to all you homies. I don't want to throw your names out there, but you know who you are. My respects to you for, being respectful and being honest with me and yourself. And to you guys, thanks, Tony, for having me. Thank you to everybody that, tuned in tonight. Appreciate you.
These headphones actually are pretty good, huh?
I like the headphones, bro.
They go around your ears.
They're fucking soft and shit. They're cool.
Okay, first and foremost, I want to thank Marvelous for coming here and blessing us on the mic. Second, Alex Cervantes Enterprise, the Hip Hop Jedi, my son, B. Scanless, Magic Girl, our moderator, everybody on the live chat, everybody who decided not to be on the live chat, everybody who gave me the super chat, everybody who called in, everybody who liked, comment, subscribed, unsubscribed, disliked. It doesn't matter. And everybody with all the fake pages, thank you for tuning in. Much love and respect. We will see you guys here on Sunday. Thank you very much. We are out of here.